Hello and welcome to Mason Cable News Show. I hope everyone has had a great weekend. My name is Jeff Carberry.
And I'm Shareen Bhatia. We first start today with our coverage of the career fair that took place in the JC last week. MCN's Shreyas and Jeff give you an inside look of the fair.
I would absolutely recommend that Mason students come here. It's a really great way to talk to recruiters and stand out, just because when you apply, you only look so good on paper, and if you come talk to recruiters and learn more about companies, you might find different areas or businesses that you weren't really aware of, I guess. And also, again, you get to stand out for those bigger companies and have a conversation with them.
So we're here with Chesterfield County's Transportation Department. We're just south of Richmond across the river. We're really just looking forward to let people know local government's a great place to start a career out of school. It's a great place to get an overview of what's going on and not just a refined view on some of these more detailed things. And here at government, you can have an impact on the world right away, right out of school.
It's been really amazing, the amount of students that are here. I'm actually an alumni of George Mason, so I'm very familiar with this type of setup, and it's been great to have students coming up to chat with us.
I think it's a good opportunity just to see what's out there and see what's available. You're not making any commitments. Yeah, I was interested in the dispatcher position Loudoun County offered. But yeah, I was kind of just looking at police work.
I actually work for FCPS right now, and they have a booth, so I talked to them about just joining their HR.
Eye contact is the biggest thing. When you're talking to someone, look at them in the eye. Be confident. You've got this.
Tailor your resumes. Make sure that your resume matches what your employer is looking for.
Be personable and prepared to chat and ask questions, and to be willing to hear from the recruiters and other representatives at companies here.
Working on research? Want to expand your academic resume? Want to get a valuable academic experience? Make sure to apply for the Network for Undergraduate Research in Virginia conference. Abstract submissions are open until midnight, October 15th, and the conference will be held in Hampton-Sydney College on November 18th, 2023. Visit @GMU_Oscar on Instagram to apply.
The captain of the Mason women's soccer team, Milan, Pierre, Jerome, has represented Haiti in this year's Women's World Cup in Auckland, New Zealand. MCN Shreyas sat down with Milan as she recounts her experience of this momentous occasion.
Hello, currently I'm here with Milan Pierre Jerome, captain of the women's soccer team at George Mason, and someone who's gone to the World Cup in New Zealand this summer. How are you? Let's start with that. How are you, Milan?
I'm good. I've been training and playing a lot, but I've been blessed to be able to do that, so I'm very good.
Okay, that's great to hear. It's great to hear. Yes, we'll get the elephant out of the room. It's a big experience. How was your preparation to the World Cup, the qualifying stages? I know it's a lot to go through, but how was that experience in total for you?
Unforgettable. Just from the beginning stages of, I've been training for this all my life. It's just been a dream of mine since I was 5 years old to be able to participate in a tournament like that. So I think it started when I just picked up a soccer ball. So from then, just the work started there, and I trained a lot and had goals to play for the Haitian national team, and obviously I was able to do that and play with them from U17, U20, and now the senior team. So yeah, it's just been a road of just working hard and knowing that I want to accomplish that dream, and I was able to do that. And then when we were able to have that last game against Chile and know that if we win that game, we were going to the World Cup, that experience was just insane. Just being able to see all the fans and everyone crying and falling on the floor and jumping up and down. It was just,
it must have been exhilarating.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
I will never forget that day that we qualified. And after, the aftermath as well, the texts, the calls, it was just something that I just will never be able to forget. And then, just getting to the tournament was great.
And then knowing the odds were really stacked up against Haiti, and knowing that you've been part of the Haitian setup since, I'm guessing, 14. Mm-hmm. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. How big of a deal was it to get to this? The World Cup is the dreams of many people. Mm-hmm. I guess after qualifying and knowing that you'll have to now prepare for such a big event, what was your mindset going into it?
My mindset was pretty much the same. I didn't want to make it too big in my head and then just make me so nervous, but it was just continue to do what you've been doing to get to this point, and no matter what, you know what you can do, and just bringing that to the tournament and bringing that mindset that just continue to do what I've been doing.
And then I guess this is a lot of inspiration for people who are of Haitian descent to come and think about like representing a national team that they can self-identify with. I guess how important has it been for you to, I guess, recollect those roots and be able to like represent a country that you ethnically identify as?
I think it's extremely important because I'm not just American, I'm also Haitian and Jamaican, but just being able to just identify with your whole ethnicity and just knowing that you're able to represent your heritage and where you come from is just something that's really important. And, you know, my purpose was playing soccer, and I think to be able to represent my country and doing that is just utilizing my purpose and being able to represent Haiti.
Of course. And you were there for the games against all of the, for a lot of big teams, including England, who made it all the way to the final. I guess, what's the experience like for someone who gets to see all of these like massive names and being able to play against some of like the biggest players in the entire world?
It was a crazy experience. I say this to my family all the time. Like, it never really hit me that I was going to the World Cup till like I was walking into the stadium and I was seeing the fans and I was seeing the Jumbotrons. And I think just like when I was in that moment, I realized like where I was, and when I started seeing these players like in front of me that I've been watching since I was a little kid, it was just very surreal. And yeah, it was just a surreal moment, and I just had to like sit back and just breathe for a second because like it was a lot going on, but it was a cool experience.
Of course. And we know the journey continues. Now you're back here at George Mason, captaining the women's soccer team. I guess, what are your aspirations for the future? And I guess, how will you continue to build off of this experience?
Just being able to leave a legacy and just not just remembering the player I am, but the person I am. So just being able to be a good leader and someone that everyone can look up to on my team, and just know that I've just been a personable person. And, you know, just doing my thing on the field as well, just contributing in any aspect, in any way that I can. And, you know, in the future, just continuing to play and play professionally and just keep those goals going. So, yeah.
And then we here at MCN wish you all the best, Milan. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
PAC presents an immersive murder mystery experience called A Will to Murder on October 12th at 7:30 p.m. at Dewberry Hall. Mocktails will be served to amplify the experience along, and formal attire is encouraged. Register on Mason 360 to sign up.
Maintain Mason is a bi-weekly campus cleanup event that is hosted by the University Services Committee of Student Government. MCN's Shreyas went behind the scene with Chair of University Services, Austin Emery.
Maintain Mason is a program run by the University Services Department of Student Government. University Services deals with all sorts of things such as facilities, ITS, sustainability, housing, parking, dining, and more. And obviously this event connects to sustainability. Maintain Mason is a bi-weekly campus cleanup event where we go around campus and we pick up a bunch of waste and recyclables. We provide all the volunteers with grabbers, gloves, and even bags. And basically we just go around some buildings, around like some empty parts of campus, some forests, and we basically just do our job.
I think it's a really good way to like contribute to the community because it's really easy and it's a nice day out and it's just like something you can do to help out and make campus look nicer.
I'm here because I walk through campus every day and I think it looks really good, and I also think it would look better without trash all over the place. Not that there is, but I like to help out.
It's been a great experience. I gotta say, some of us did find more trash than others, but it was impressed in general with the general cleanliness of our campus. It's very impressive.
Last week, we set a record of 40 pounds, but this week we had a bunch of fraternities and sororities show up, and we had so many people around the hub picking up trash. This one, we're still crunching the numbers, but I think we're about just shy of 100. We're at like 92 pounds or something like that. Yeah, we like to partner with all sorts of organizations, you know, fraternities, sororities, RSOs, just student groups. While we pick up trash, we like to just walk around, and sometimes we just have lovely conversation, bring the community together.
We're from Tau Kappa Epsilon TKE here at Mason. and we came up here to pick up trash because trash is bad. It was honestly pretty fun because it's fall. It's like the perfect time to go on a hike. I was missing nature a little bit after the first midterms, so not that bad, especially because the gloves helped a lot.
I mean, I also haven't been in this forested area before, so it was very nice in there.
I'm here because I'm trying to represent the IFC, making our great council proud of doing community service.
How about you?
Well, I just put on some music and pick up trash. I kind of feel like it's a great plan if you don't have class.
Hi, my name is Ethan Burke. I'm the Vice President of the Public Interest Research Group on campus. I did maintain Mason because I believe very strongly in the sustainability and environmental goals that the university provides.
At the end of every event, we come together and bring all the bags and we start sorting the non-recyclable waste from the recyclables, and we start weighing them and adding up how much we collected that day. We find all sorts of things when we do these campus cleanups. We find everything from plastic bottles to like snack bags to filing cabinets, and one time I think we found a muffler and a shovel.
Are you an avid writer looking to get published? You can submit a literary piece of prose, creative nonfiction, poetry, or visual art to the Virginia Literary Review. The fall 2023 deadline is on November 10th. To submit, email vlreditor@gmail.com.
We now head to Shreyas, who will give you the weather forecast for this upcoming week.
Hello, Patriots. Today saw some fog in the morning, but otherwise was sunny with a high of 84 before cooling down to 56 later tonight. Tomorrow we'll have some fog again, but before 10 a.m., but otherwise it will be partly sunny and we'll see a high of 79 and it'll drop down to a 62 in the evening. Friday will be mostly cloudy and we'll have a 20% chance of rain. The high will be 76 with a low of 59. On Saturday, there will be a 60% chance of rain before 2 p.m., but the rest of the day will be partly sunny with a high of 67 and a low of 47. Then on Sunday, it will be sunny but cool with a high of 59 and a low of 43. For Indigenous Peoples Day, on Monday, it will be mostly sunny with a high of 62 before dropping down to a 45 in the evening. But finally on Tuesday, it will be slightly warmer with a high of 68 and a low of 45, while remaining mostly sunny. The weather is getting cooler, Patriots, so make sure to dress warm and enjoy this fall break.
Thank you, Shreyas. The momentous Board of Visitors meeting happened last Thursday with major topics such as enrollment increases, the Heritage Foundation controversy, and tuition. Here's a quick highlight reel of the major events.
To the formal launch of our $1 billion campaign, our first, and we won three A10 championships this past year as well, 3 of them, and that's our highest also. And so, look, it's a really good start to a really great year, and I don't want that to. And all of the challenges and the discussions we have, I don't want this to be missed on anybody. We are anybody that doesn't see how well this campus is performing is missing the big rocks, and those are indeed the big rocks. Indeed obsolete. The field house, which you see the overview there, the beautiful picture. I don't know when that was taken. Doesn't look exactly like that now. The Mason's a little more faded, but nonetheless, that's our field house. Was built in 1982. Just to put it in perspective. And it's not just obsolete from a structural perspective. Many of the facilities inside of it are obsolete as well. We didn't use showers. We used showers differently back in those days in the 80s than we do today, right? And so we've gotten some Title IX challenges relative to having open bay showers where everybody can see everybody else, right? Those are things that have to change. And my athletic director is shaking his head. He knows, right? For lack of a better way of saying this, people want to operate and work out in a cooler and more comfortable, a little more temperature comfortable environment. You all should come out next week and take a gander and a walk around the field house on the inside when it's 80 degrees later on and get a feel for how warm it is in that facility. You will start to see what I see, that there is real need. But it's not just a facility. The baseball field doesn't have lights on it, so our students can't play night games. So the track needs work, and we lack soccer and training facilities for our athletes. And so we believe that there are opportunities if we partner with private industry. And why would private industry be interested? Well, this plot of land, this 192 acres of land, as you see here, where the field house and others are highlighted, that is the largest plot of undeveloped land this close to Washington, D.C. So there are lots of folk who are interested in working with us and will put up real dollars so that we don't have to spend university money. So we actually entered and had a market study done. We brought in Brailsford and Donnelly to take a look and to talk to developers all across the region to say what kinds of markets make sense. And this is what they came back with. Everything from rental housing to retail to athletic venues, which is what we're interested in, to hotel and conference. The only one that was weak was office, but we kind of know that. Last week, you all know the report was issued, in particular, accusing George Mason University of having dangerous DEI bloat. Actually, from the looks of that report, we were the most bloated entity in the whole country, if you infer from what the article stated. We have three challenges with the report. Number one, they chose to index DEI staff to tenure and tenure-track faculty and not students. That absolutely makes no sense to us. The reality is DEI staff serve students. If you're going to index it, you index it to students and not to tenure-track faculty. Why not term faculty? Why not non-term faculty and educational and instructional faculty? What is it with tenure-track faculty? That entity, it baffles us and it makes no sense outside of it's a smaller number and we can make the number look worse if we do that. But that's the only reason we can come up with. The classification of the number of DEI staff, we have a real problem with. We finally got Heritage to highlight, they sent us a list, here are all the people. Here's the websites we found them, so we went and checked it. More than half of those entities are students. See, we actually have work study and federally funded programs that are work study programs and student interns that we have going through experiential learning and jobs on campus. They're part-time. They counted those individuals as full-time DEI staff. These are students who are going through the experiential learning process. They are not DEI staff. And it's not a small number. It's more than half of the 69, right? And then they chose to focus on Power 5 athletics conferences, which are big conferences, SEC, ACC, Big 10, Big 12, Pac-12. They focus on those five, but then they added Mason in. That makes no sense. We're the only non-Power 5 school in the cohort that they examine. Well, why Mason?
Gear up, Patriots. Fall for the Book is back. The 4-day event from Wednesday, October 11th to Saturday, October 14th will include a host of different authors, workshops, and other events. Some of the headlining authors this year include author of the novel High Fidelity, Nick Hornby, and the author of the New York Times best-selling novel Black Leopard, Red Wolf, Marlon James. We now head to Matt to give you the sports news of the week.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the sports update for this week. The women's soccer team started off this week here at home on Thursday with a 3-0 loss to St. Louis University. They then returned to Fairfax Stadium to yet another disappointing 3-0 loss to the University of Rhode Island. The Patriots are in Philadelphia today to take on the St. Joseph's Hawks before also heading back to Philadelphia for a Saturday game against LaSalle. The men's soccer team was in Philadelphia on Saturday, where they took a 2-1 loss to LaSalle University as well. Catch them tonight, though, as they hope to improve their 1-5-2 record against the University of Rhode Island Rams here at home at 7 p.m. The women's volleyball team took on St. Louis University on Friday and Saturday. On Friday, the game took all 5 sets, but eventually handed Mason another loss. They also took a loss on Saturday in 3 sets. They hope to rebound later tonight against George Washington University in Washington, D.C. The Mason cross-country teams traveled to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania for the Paul Short Invitational at Lehigh University. There, the men's team placed 23rd and the women's team placed 39th out of 43 teams. Their next tournament will be the ITA Regional at Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia on October 14th. In Major League Baseball, yesterday saw the first wildcard series of the 2023 MLB season. The first game of the day saw the Texas Rangers defeat the Tampa Bay Rays 4-0. The second game gave the Minnesota Twins their first playoff victory in 19 years with a 3-1 victory over the Toronto Blue Jays. Later in the evening, the Arizona Diamondbacks captured the win over the Milwaukee Brewers 6-3. The last game yesterday evening gave the Philadelphia Phillies a 4-1 win over the Miami Marlins. Each of these teams will also play for a chance to move on to the divisional series. In the NFL this week, the Week 4 concluded with only 2 undefeated teams left. On Sunday, the Philadelphia Eagles defeated the Washington Commanders in a close NFC East rivalry game to retain the reigning NFC champions record of 4-0 this season. The San Francisco 49ers also kept their 4-0 record streak alive as they easily dispatched the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday afternoon. For European soccer, the Champions League was back yesterday and continues on today. Yesterday saw some incredible results as RC Lens beat favorites Arsenal 2-1, and Galatasaray beat Giants Manchester United 3-2, after being down twice in the game. This leaves Manchester United at 0 points with 2 losses so far, extending their horrendous start to their Champions League campaign. Bayern also staged an incredible comeback win against Minnows Copenhagen. Today, the highlight fixtures will be Dortmund versus Milan, Newcastle versus PSG, and Leipzig versus Manchester City. Now we head back to Shareen and Jeff.
Thank you, Matt. This week, as part of the Student Government segment, we welcome Shrilu Vithal, Chair of University Life, to talk about their upcoming fall flagship event, the Farmers Market, and other things that are happening within student government.
Hi, welcome to the Student Government segment on MCN. My name is Sri Lakshmi, my friends know me as Shrilu, and I am the current chair of the University Life Committee, or ULife, of student government here at Mason. As part of the department's duties, our goal is to connect students with services and offices on campus, like the Student Support and Advocacy Center, the Title IX office, Mason PD, Mason Recreation and Athletics, all with the intention of promoting student interest and enjoyment on campus. One of my favorite events from my freshman semester here was the Fall Farmers Market. And now, as chair of the ULife Committee, it is one of my primary responsibilities for the year to undertake the planning and execution of a successful farmers market for the student body. Our Fall Farmers Market this year is coming up on October 12th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. We'll have a bunch of student RSOs tabling at the event, local vendors sharing their products and food, and we'll be giving out pumpkins along with some other goodies for our SG giveaways this year. We're so excited for October 12th and hope to see you at the Fall Farmers Market. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for the update, Shrilu. So Jeff, the major question that's been haunting pop culture recently is how often do you think of the Roman Empire?
You know, that's a good question. And, you know, honestly, I don't want to say that much, maybe at least once a month.
Okay.
I know there are some who think about it every day. Not me, though. So I definitely, don't, I haven't thought of it that much, but there is sometimes that you think about it. So,
of course, understandable.
Yeah. Anything for you that there's?
I think my equivalent of the Roman Empire would have to be probably Princess Diana. I don't know why, but I just think about her a lot, and I see a lot of TikToks about her, which gets me thinking of her.
Yeah, obviously, I think the social media helps a lot. People think about it more than, beyond history class, so yes.
Definitely think so.
Before we sign off, a quick reminder that fall break is next week, meaning that classes will not meet on Monday, October 2nd. Instead, your Monday classes will be the following day on Tuesday, and there won't be Tuesday classes for the following week.
Thank you for tuning in, Patriots. You can keep up to date with news on and off campus if you follow us on Instagram at MCN on TV, on Twitter and Facebook at Mason Cable Network, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Shareen Bhatia.
And I'm Jeff Carberry. Enjoy your fall break and see you next week, Patriots.